Imagine this. It's Christmas Eve, 1945, in Fayetteville, West Virginia. The Sodder family, George, Jenny, and 9 of their 10 children, are settling in for the night. A celebration turns into a nightmare when, around 1 in the morning, a fire engulfs their home. George and Jenny, along with 4 of their children, manage to escape the inferno. But 5 children more, Martha, Louie, Jenny, and Betty, are still trapped inside. Panic sets in. George desperately tries to get back into the house. He runs for his ladder, but it's mysteriously missing from its usual spot. He tries to start his trucks to pull up to the house and climb on them, but neither will start despite working perfectly the day before. The local fire department, with a shorthanded crew due to the war, doesn't arrive until 8 in the morning, by which time the Sodder home has been reduced to a pile of ash. Everyone assumed the 5 children had tragically perished in the fire. The death certificates were issued, the case was closed. But for George and Jenny Sodder, the story was far from over. As they sifted through the debris, a disturbing fact emerged. They found no bones, no teeth, not a single trace of their children's remains. An employee at a local crematorium told them that even in an intense 2-hour fire at 2,000 degrees, human bones would still be left behind. The Sodder house fire lasted only 45 minutes. This is where the mystery deepens. The Sodders began to believe their children weren't in the fire at all. They started their own investigation. They learned that a strange man had been seen watching the children as they came home from school. A peculiar phone call came to the house on the night of the fire, an apparent wrong number for someone Jenny didn't know. After the fire, a woman who ran a tourist stop between Fayetteville and Charleston claimed she saw the children in a car that drove past on Christmas morning. She said she even served them breakfast. Another woman in Charleston saw the children a week later with 2 men and 2 women, all of Italian descent. Then there was the ladder. It was found tossed in an embankment 75 feet from the house. And the phone lines? A telephone repairman confirmed the lines had been cut, not burned. It was starting to look less like a tragic accident and more like a carefully planned abduction, with the fire set as a diversion. For the rest of their lives, George and Jenny never gave up hope. In 1952, they erected a billboard on Route 16 with photos of their 5 missing children and a reward for information. They followed every lead, no matter how strange. In 1967, nearly 20 years after the fire, Jenny received an envelope in the mail. Inside was a photograph of a young man in his mid-20s. He bore a striking resemblance to their son Louie, who would have been around that age. On the back of the photo was a cryptic note. The Sodders hired a private detective to investigate the photo, but he vanished without a trace after taking their money. The family was left with more questions than answers. To this day, the fate of the 5 Sodder children remains one of America's most haunting unsolved mysteries. Were they taken? Did they survive? After all these years, the billboard no longer stands, but the question echoes through time. What really happened to the Sodder children on that fateful Christmas Eve? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Thanks for watching.